angry, Aussie. 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 Angry, Aussie. 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 Angry.
Hey, there we go. Intro over. Time to go live. Sunday Hefnink. And yeehaw. Another weekend goes bye-byes. Shizzy, yes. Flooding. Queensland to the Victoria coast. It's just raining here in Melbourne, not flooding. And how Megaleach as well. Yes, we got, well, that's also typical for Australia, really. Last year, out of control fires. Now, we get flooding, a land of droughts and flooding rains. This is what we have, essentially. So, yeah, a lot of people subject. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, I just sensed a tickle in my nose. I don't know what that was, but hopefully that has cleared it out. Again, sneezes. What is that? Sneezes and what? What, there's creationist idiots who call themselves, oh no, I'm not a creationist. I see intelligent design. No. Okay? Intelligent design, we wouldn't get sick. And you wouldn't sneeze. There'd be little nanobots in your sinuses that cleaned everything up, that didn't make you sneeze or cough. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Early visit from a fridge ninja. This is what happens when you set your stream up in the kitchen. People got to use the kitchen. It's also, where I work. So sometimes it gets a bit noisy when I'm trying to work because people are making food in the kitchen. One of the travails of the modern age, the COVID era, the work from home time. So, it is what it is. Hi, Abigail, by the way. Also, the way your comment popped up there gives me a good indicator of the lag, which is a good 20 seconds. But anyway, Chris, hello to you as well, sir. Also itching and scratching. Okay, you know how when, particularly with an insect bite, when it feels temporarily really good to scratch it, so you scratch it really intensely, but then you actually cause yourself damage and draw blood. That is not intelligent design. The tiny little insects, and also non-sapient plants can do that to you. You get a rash from plants and you want to scratch it, and it temporarily feels good, so you scratch really hard, and I'm just scratching, and you fucking draw blood. There is no intelligent design. I am having a good evening, thank you, Chris. I've just been very chill, very relaxed. I watched Snyder's 4-hour Justice League this weekend. I did it in about, I think it was 3 bursts. Didn't just sit down for 4 hours and watch it. I watched it in 3 or 4 bursts over Saturday and Sunday. It was not bad. I honestly think the 4-3 ratio thing he's fucking pulling his dick when he came up with that. Yes, I'm an artist. Innovative. Doing a multi-billion-dollar film in 4-3 ratio. I'm a visionary. Mind you, I stopped playing. Abigail, there are 2 legal services in Australia. One is Foxtel, which is obviously absurdly expensive. And the other one is called Binge, that I think you can even get a free trial of. If I look that up, binge.com.au, we're offering new customers a 2-week free trial all three of our available subscription services. So yes, Binge. I believe it is on Binge, and you can get a 2-week free trial. There you go. Chris, yes, I do believe that that was Snyder's call for that 4:3 ratio. It was the IMAX thing he was doing. I think each Binge is Foxtel's Netflix client. Just is it also Foxtel clearly have some sort of partnership with Netflix because I got my thing upgraded, their IQ4, the digital box, and Netflix is on the Foxtel remote now, which is a thing. Sergio, hello, good evening. Nicholas, you watched the thingy in the Justice League in one sitting. Okay, you have more stamina than me, sir. Abigail, you found it on the bay. Why not? Why not indeed? Yeah, I don't have a lot of empathy for big multinational media corporations because they're all fucking shit. So, Chris, watching it later this week. Might pop through intermission video from the 60s. Sorry, pop in a drive-through intermission video from the 60s. Nice, why not? So now just the Simpsons owns my brain. The other thing with Mr. Burns doing something for a theater and having to also do a read of an ad with a "Let's all go to the lobby, let's all go to the lobby." Also, remember the first time I saw Monty Python and the Holy Grail in the cinema. It was not when it was a new film. It was like a classic screening type thing, but I'd never seen it in cinema. And actually, I don't think I'd seen it on video either, for that matter. But anyway, I saw it. I saw it in the cinema, and about 3/4 of the way through the movie, it's like a still image comes up with like piano organ music playing, and it just says intermission, and it stays up for a long time. I think just long enough for you to start to think maybe this is really an intermission, and then the movie starts again. It's just their weird sense of humor. Shields, you get binge free for being a Telstra customer. I didn't know that. Yeah. Yes, Abigail, that's a fair call. You paid for the Justice League movie once. They deserve to let you just watch this one. Chris, you miss long movies and double features. I don't think movies I've seen that actually had an intermission. Maybe Lawrence of Arabia, the 70mm cut, Gandhi, thing where Ben Kingsley played Gandhi. And there was an Australian film. It was an adaptation of a series of short stories, a Tim Winton book. The Turning, I think I was going to say The Burning, but it's actually called The Turning. And so it was a series of short films, some of which were very good, some of which were absolute shit, like the worst adaptation to film of a print story I can imagine. So it was a very mixed bag, but it was also very long and it had an intermission. Abigail, is the Snyder Cut any better? Okay, spoiler-free, I would say yes. It is surprising how different it is. And it isn't just like, because it's 4 hours. It's not just they added an hour of stuff. He cuts. Well, obviously, it was some stuff was Whedon's. It was that he cuts for this version, and some core action and story pieces are quite different. And in fact, the climactic fight is quite different. So I won't go into any more detail than that, than say it's different. And I did think it was better. And I think most people online are saying they think it's better, but some people won't. But anyway. Chris, you're doing noodles with pesto mushrooms. Nice. Yes, we got heaps more Cyborg story, Megaleech. That is true. And yeah, Shieldsy, I'm going to watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus tomorrow night with Mrs. Angry, one of our TV watching nights, to see if she likes it. Because she didn't get into WandaVision. But, I mean, stylistically, Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be very different to Wanda, so she might get into it. But we're going to watch the first episode, see if she likes it, and then we'll watch some other stuff. Falcon and Winter Soldier seems very much an action, very Marvel-y action show. Also seems like it's setting up a lot for the next phase of Marvel, introducing some bad guys and probably major plot elements. But we shall see. We shall see. Yes, Abigail, I liked WandaVision as well. So, yeah. Megaleech, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a series. So it's like this year, Disney is pouring all its money, like last year and this year, Disney's pouring all its money into series. It's like, fuck, I forget how many. It's like 4 or 5 Marvel series due this year and 4 or 5 Star Wars series due this year. So, yeah, Disney have clearly gone, well, let's not put money into cinemas because cinemas aren't going to be 100% open for a fucking while yet. So let's pour all our money into our streaming service so people buy into our streaming service. Shields, you like Falcon better? Cool. I mean, if I remember rightly, yeah, you didn't like WandaVision, yes. Oh, Megaleech, I think they just do it 1 ep a week because they're basically, like we were just talking about, the free trial on Binge. I think Disney's doing the 1 ep a week thing to avoid people seeing key things in a free trial unless they're really patient, which I have to admit I was with like, I don't think I got Netflix until they had a Star Trek show, and I didn't get Amazon Prime till they had 2 or 3 complete series I wanted to watch. So yeah, you looked at me, Leach. I think cluckrid is a word we should all use, though. I cluckrid something. I think that just looks like a good word that we should use more. Shieldsy, the Falcon, more like a mini movie. I thought it would be. Wanda's much more intimate than that. Christopher, friend of a friend didn't have HBO Max, you'd wait for the Snyder Cut Blu-ray in May. See, every now and then I think that, like, oh, maybe you don't get that streaming service because you only want to watch 1 or 2 seasons or movies. Maybe you get them on disc, and then I realize, oh, buying the disc is several months subscription on these things. So I'll probably find other things to watch as well. So I'll just buy a subscription. Yes, Abigail, I agree. Cluckrid is a perfectly cromulent word. So I don't think we should be afraid of embiggening our vocabularies. So Abigail, you desperately want Lord of the Rings Blu-ray. Did they remaster the effects for the Blu-ray? Because I thought I saw something about that they were actually doing remastered effects. I just remember the last time I watched my DVDs of the Lord of the Rings, I really noticed how much the effects held up, because it was a combination of live action models and computer generated that was done really well. Chris, you don't like the way the subscriptions add up to way too much? Yeah, there is a thing about owning the things that you love. That is a valid thing. I have not bought discs for quite a while. I used to buy them all the time, and then I in fact have a stupid number of discs I haven't watched. I'm like hoarding them for the collapse of society. Hell, and we had that in the last year, and I still didn't watch them. But I have many hundreds of hours of discs to watch. If the internet ceased to be a thing, so there was no streaming services, I would have many hundreds of hours of things to watch. Ooh, Abigail, want to watch Lord of the Rings Blu-ray on your friend's giant 4K TV? Yes. Annette, Heidi Ho Neighborino. How are you feeling? Because I know you're having dramas with the whole house hunting thing. So I hope things look up for you soon, because house hunting and trying to move sucks enough without various spanners being thrown into the works. So yes, I hope you get good news on that front soon. So because it is just a sucky experience. It's a sucky experience. These apps in here, there's the extensions. All right, okay. They're just looking up. Netflix party is now telly party. Oh, that was some nice therapy suggested by your kids. Watch funny stuff. Make you feel better. Nice. Chris, in the sparse outback, one woman must hunt for a house in the most dangerous environment on earth. Yeah, kind of like that, I think. Should you have a goal to view 10 movies, 2 whole seasons of shows each month with this? Oh, geez. Yeah, I suppose that's doable. I just kind of mix up what I'm watching on them. So you haven't given up on that first one. Well, good. With lots of attachments to try and explain things to them. I hope it works. I hope it works, because you seem to like that one. Yeah, I've got a lot of series on the go at the moment across the platforms. Some that only release once a week. So it's like Saturday morning, I'm gonna watch new episode of American Gods. I think there's only one more episode in this season of American Gods. New episode. Well, now it's going to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because Wanda's over and Falcon has started. I would have watched it yesterday, but I mentioned it to Mrs. Angry and said, "Are you at all interested in it?" And she goes, "Oh, we'll watch at least the first episode and then decide." So I've saved it for our Monday night viewing. As I mentioned, we finished a series called I May Destroy You, which was absolutely mind-blowing. Something on the table got on my hand. Gross. Okay. And might watch an earlier series with the same lead, Michaela Cole. I think it's called Bubblegum. I think it's a bit lighter than I May Destroy You, which, as I mentioned, was all about sexual assault and consent and the complexity of the millennial life. So yeah. Yes, Chris. Well, there is actually a show called Aussie House Hunters, I think, but it would be more interesting if it had Steve Irwin on it. That is a good call, Shields. Yeah, new releases, $30 or $40 a disc, depending what you're talking about. So you really get money's worth out of a streaming service. I mean, God, what do I still have on the go? Peaky Blinders, Schitt's Creek, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and there's a bunch I only watch sometimes that I still have more episodes on that I got to do. Yeah, like spread across the things, and it's fun having them all at disposal. Like having Disney Plus, so like all the Marvel movies there, and all the Disney movies, and all the Pixar movies, all the Star Wars ones. So if you just feel like watching a part of one, you can just do it. You can just tee it up and go, yeah, I just want to watch this bit. Seljuk. Well, as Annette found out, there is a lot of vacancies in the Melbourne CBD at the moment because a really significant chunk of the people who were living in the Melbourne CBD were overseas uni students, and their number reduced to about 0 because of COVID. So lots of vacancies in the city. I understand there are a few vacancies in the suburbs. And Country Vic is, I literally don't know. I haven't tried it. That is actually a good call, Chris, getting movies and shows used or on sale. So the big stores here will have sales on older ones and they'll be ridiculously cheap. So, but like I said, what's my hair doing? It's fucking fluffy. Trying to decide, get it cut. Young Mrs. Angry said I should go spiky again. So I don't know. Is like, what am I up to? Like 10 months of not cutting my hair. It's got all long. So I'm slightly torn between like, well, I've put all this growing time in. It feels like a shame to stop now, but also feeling like, maybe I should just cut it again. It's a quandary. It's certainly easier to fucking deal with than style when it's short. Like when I wash it when it's this long, if I don't put product in, it's all foofy and going everything. And yet people moving into apartments with pets and it's all working out. So Duke, you've heard it's awful in Country Vic. Quite possibly. I don't know. I literally zero knowledge of what it is. She goes, it is true. Some of the movies they just added to Disney Plus is actually quite good. That Star channel they have, some good stuff on there. Cedric, you not cut yours for 15 years. Is that what you're saying? This is the longest my hair has been in like 30 years. So I don't know. Maybe I'll grow. No, I'll go all wizardy now that I'm grey and whatnot. Grow it really long and with a beard. Be very wizardy. That could be a thing. That could be my thing. The wizard. The angry wizard. Maybe. Who knows? All right, so you've not had more than a trim for 15 years. Fair enough. Oh, Chris, see, you're talking about pets in apartments. We had really restrictive rental laws in Australia. Basically, landlords could be complete fucking tyrants, and that's gradually being mellowed out a bit with government saying, yeah, you know what? Tenants should have some basic rights like hanging pictures on the wall and having fucking pets. So that's a thing. I think they've forgotten about us. They used to, well, the last year is the first time they haven't tried to put rent up here. They didn't put it up a lot, but, it went up each year. They didn't in the last year. They also haven't done an inspection for ages. It's like they've given up a little bit. That's okay. We keep the place in good order anyway, so quite like living here compared to the last gunge hole we lived in. This is very light and airy and bright, and it's good. Shieldsy, I actually heard Queensland had some quite sharp rent increases. A lot of people moving there. Oh, that's a good campaign, Chris. Talk to your city council about the need for more electric vehicle chargers in downtown Vancouver. That's a good campaign. Cedric, it's a great way to never get rental accommodation is to tell landlords you're in a tenants union. Like, I got fucked over so much, or the landlord in the last place attempted to fuck us over so much. I actually did go to the tenants union for advice, and they were very good. Well, see, Shieldsy, I was in this last place for 10 years, and then the behaviour of the landlord through his proxies, the fourth estate agent he'd had, it just got so bad that I just said, fuck you, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. And what's it like taking the tram from my place to Kew? There's the 16? I think it's the 16, because I used to work in Kew. And you can get a 16 tram that comes from this. Well, it starts in St Kilda, but then it goes up and comes up through like Caulfield. I think it's the 16, and it goes all the way to Kew. I used to get the 16 a lot because I spent 6 months working in Kew. Hey, Catherine. Last inspection was a phone call. Yeah, 12 months ago. Yeah, COVID's made them not do inspections, I think. Shieldsy, rent rises can't be more than $5 a week in Queensland. I think with the rule is here, it can't be exorbitant, but that's not specified. So if you think they're trying for a rent increase that's too high, you can appeal it. Chris, that's a fair call. Don't go near net landlords. Don't talk to them. Definitely. So you could just assumed you're part of a union in Berlin. Big companies aren't so scared, though. A lot of issues go to court. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the tenants are scared of the renters union here. They just hate them. But as I said, they're very helpful people. Chris, it's a good summary. Landlords and cops, people you don't talk to. I think the landlord for this place, their parents live next door. So always careful not to sort of loudly say anything bad about landlords. But 90% of the time, at least, the way it works in Australia, you don't interact with the landlord at all. You talk to the real estate agent, and they handle it. So you just had to talk to them to get things fixed every now and then. And they vary from being very responsive to very unresponsive, and it's really weird. Sometimes you have to hassle them about something for ages, and sometimes you mention things once and they get fixed. Last one they ignored us on, the back fence. Like we shared with the people over the other side of the fence have ivy growing, and it's growing over the fence, and it's huge and it's heavy, and the fence is weighing down from it. That's not going to last forever. And in the early days of working from home in winter, I had a lot of really windy weather, and I would just watch this fence rocking back and forth, which is a great way to break something. Rock it back and forth, like pressure that way, pressure, just snap off at the base. So I'm just like, that fence is fucking coming down at some point. And we told them, and they basically had no response. I was like, cool. When it comes down, then no complaining, because it kept the email where we said, hey, you should fucking do something about that fence because it's going to come down. Shields, you wonder how much interest being made on your bond sitting there for 10 years. Hopefully that works in your favor, yeah. Chris, you're the violation master. That sounds like a kink. Usually find landlords in violation of something anyway. Oh, fire code violations. Yeah, sorry. Again, The Simpsons owns my brain. Homer in the lesbian bar, looking around, and he's the only guy in the place, and saying, "Wait, something's not right about this place." And you think he's like gonna eventually twig they're lesbians. He goes, "Oh, there's no fire exit." And he goes, like, "Well, welcome to your death trap, ladies." Fence, Catherine. The fence is like wooden palings, and it is absolutely going to come down at one point. I thought of actually like maybe getting some planks of wood from Bunnings and trying to prop it up. Don't know how well that would work though. Not very handy. Just by the by. If I've ever created the impression that I am at all good at functional things, I'm not. So I don't know if I could make that work. I think Mrs. Angry kind of ignored me when I said it, which is usually a good sign that I said something dumb. Chris, CDC ventilation guides not being followed in hallways. They sent an illegal document to sign. If you missed rent, you agree not to follow the COVID and eviction laws. Oh my God. The fact that they put trying to coerce you against the law into writing is bizarre. Shieldsy, that is a pretty good deal, your place. 2-bedroom house, right on the water, $225 a week. Sweet deal. Sweet deal, man. No, I bet you didn't sign, Chris. But the fact they put in writing a thing they put an illegal coercion into writing. They're not very bright. They are really not very bright. I bet they think they're really smart too. Ugh. All right, I'm going to try this drink. I finished my fruit juice. I have a bit of water, actually. A bit of water. Oh, your front yard's too big. You got to mow the lawn on your front yard, Shields, a bit rough. Yeah, it's a Duke, a 42 square meter, 1-bedroom, bathroom, open kitchen, €465 a month. That's right. I pay, because I'm in a 5-bedroom house, so I pay a couple $1,000s a month. So, say, Libby, I'm going to get a glass because I'm going to get a drink. Glass. And ice. Ice, baby. Come on. This ice I already used and put back because I wanted to extend its life because it's my beautiful clear ice. And I want this. My rum and Coke. Pepsi. Right, let that temper for a bit. Like, Chris, elevator wasn't properly licensed for 3 days. It's $49,000 fine. Chris, you love your violations. And Suzuki got a good rent reduction list that you can hit landlords with in Germany. Chris, you met Vanilla Ice, filmed him. He's all right. It's a bit cheeky that when they're facing the incredibly obvious lawsuit because they didn't properly license the sample for under pressure, then tried to claim like, no, it's not a sample, it's totally different. It's like, no, dude, shut up. You're making it worse. She goes, you got to walk 30 meters, mailbox the front door. Oh, dear. Well, that's what you get for your idyllic setting. This has got darker. Oh, I did actually drop some limes in it, I suppose. Oops, did the ice crack? Not quite. Ooh, it's making cracking noises. Ooh, yeah, that was a big crack. See, I didn't temper the ice. Oh, yeah, you can see it. See how the top... If I'd have left it for a couple minutes to temper, those cracks wouldn't have happened. But I was impatient, so my ice cracked. And it's not perfectly clear anymore. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. So Duke stories about mushrooms growing in rentals. But on the Geelong subreddit was awful. Don't think you'd pay rent at all on that. 50% reduction, Jesus. Oh, she has the Yan shops are a 3-kilometre walk from your place. Well, you're giving up convenience for an idyllic setting, I think. Yeah, Chris, I'm getting with you about moving to Germany. I've actually heard very good things about living in Germany or even visiting Germany. I don't actually know anyone who's been there and didn't like it. So I think I showed this the other night, but believe it or not, that is essentially a rum and coke. Milk clarified rum and coke. The magic process. Annette, ask opinions of living teenagers in Spencer Street near King Street. Would it be colourful or just dangerous? I've not heard anything that's dangerous about the city, really. No more than any suburb. If Robot Man Greg comes into the chat, we'll ask him because he's lived in the CBD for quite a while and still lives in the CBD. I've not heard anything that makes me think it's particularly dangerous. So I'm trying to place... I guess Spencer Street near King Street is one of the... It's not one of the busiest parts of the CBD. Abigail, this is summary of the city. Not as dangerous to think. Dirty and dingy with a lot of homeless people. There is that. That is true. The subject saying it's a bit tough to find a place in Berlin. But if you're an engineer, STEM, speak very good German, you do well in Germany. You got to get a good rating from the Goethe Institute in Melbourne. You know how you go for certain stereotypes, cultural stereotypes and whatnot. I was baiting a friend of mine in a previous job. She was like, one of her parents, she grew up in Canada. One of her parents was Canadian and one of her parents was German. And so she knew how to speak German. And she said one day at work, she was going to the Goethe Institute. And I said, what's that? And she said, it's a German cultural institute. And I said, oh, is it in a broom cupboard? She didn't appreciate it. She did not appreciate me suggesting there was no German culture. Because, of course, it's actually a ridiculous thing to say. But I was just, trying to start something, basically. Chris, news in a city of millions, shit the bed, 5 shootings in a city of 3 million people. Well, people got very excited about our gangland war in Melbourne, where it's like a dozen people got killed over a 10-year period. It's a very sort of slow, drawn-out gang war. Yes. So, Duke, they don't teach humor at the Goethe Institute. Yeah. So, I just thought she was just giving me a straight line talking about a German cultural institute. So I couldn't resist it. And I know it was a dumb stereotype, but I'm just going for the cheap laughs, basically. It's just the mood I was in at the time. So what are you going to do? I'm going to enjoy. Ooh, it's like it's like the cracks have healed over. Now it's clear again. That's interesting. Didn't know it would do that. Interesting. Yeah, right. It's more drug war, more like organized criminals, right? Not like street gangs, bikie gangs, anything like that. It was organized criminals. Oh yeah, Chris. No, I know it's nothing. Yeah, about a dozen murders in a decade is nothing. Yeah, but people were awfully excited about it. Yeah, now I wouldn't be surprised if it is fairly noisy outside the building. And with kids having sensory issues with noises, it could be a bit intense, could take a bit of getting used to. If there's shootings happen in Berlin, everyone gets excited, concerned, weirded out. Russians shooting the Georgian sheikh near where you live. That was in 2019. Yeah. Yeah, because we don't get that many shootings in Australia. We have a very big problem with domestic violence murders that people seem real good at ignoring. Jeff, you're in St. Louis. St. Louis? Did you say Louis or Lewis? I can't keep track of how people pronounce things in the US. You have a dozen murders a week at least. Well, that was my joke. It's like I was saying to someone like, a friend who's in LA, like if someone said there was a gang war, would you be surprised if a dozen people got killed in a weekend? They go, no, not if there was a gang war. Yeah, our gang war was like a dozen people over 10 years. Oh, Annette, absolutely. You're in the city. Go to one or two of the city bars, get wasted and crash on your floor. Absolutely. Lewis. Okay, it is Lewis. Okay, thank you, Jeff. I thought it was pronounced St. Louis, and then I just wait. I'm not actually sure. Hey, Chris, you're in downtown Vancouver, Washington. That's right, not Vancouver, Canada. Nice, really nice. Homeless neighbor across the boulevard. Nice tent. Gave him a sandwich the other week. That's nice. Yeah, the number of homeless people we see in the city in Melbourne tends to go in waves. There was a period a couple of years ago where there were little tent cities cropping up, and I think it was a combination of some bastardy enforcement and also government realizing, well, you can't get a clearer sign that you need more services, and so they put some considerable effort into housing services. But there's also bastardy from the cops harassing people as well. But yes. Yeah, it's watering down now. Yeah, put a little bit more. Ooh, there's more of that than I thought. Okay. More of my rum and coke. She was in gangs. Oh, bikie gangs in Queensland. Now it's teen gangs on north side, south side, steel cars, joyride. Oh, there's always youths. Okay. Raiders is actually correcting me on the gang wars in Melbourne. It was 36 murders over 12 years. That's still only averaging 3 a year, which is pretty lame. I think tended to come in clusters as well. Someone would get killed, or a couple of people would get killed, and then there'd be a retaliation killing. Like they weren't evenly spaced over 12 years. Over that 12 years, there was clusters of killings. And Chris, troublemakers are car prowlers. Seeming not to chase them off. They got no balls. Makes him Chicago better criminals. Jeff, 4:40 a.m. Sunday morning. Down under, it is 8:45 now. Sunday evening. So, Jeff, are you an insomniac or an early riser? Whenever I get someone in North America who's up at the same time I'm doing these streams, I'm always keen to know if you're an insomniac or an early riser, because it's one of the two. So Cedric, sounds of trams are nothing. Hear the sound of the heavy-duty trains when they start moving. They have a variable frequency drive. This explains the do-re-mi musical sound. My God. Jeff, you're up all night. Fair enough. Well, it was like Saturday night. You can kind of get away with, being up all Saturday night. Oh, yeah. Shieldsy in superstitious time is 7:45 p.m. But of course, we have multiple time zones in Australia, so they can vary by 3 hours depending where in the country you are. Raiders, I don't think Annette's going to live in Kew. I think it's school for the offspring is in Kew. So there is that. I was working for Vic Roads. They have, I think it's the head office of Vic Roads is in Kew. So, I worked there for 6 or so months. What a time. Chris, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yes. I'm trying to describe them. I gave Mrs. Angry a taste of this. I think most of the cola taste is gone. But Mrs. Angry said it did still taste like cola to her. It's got rum and cola and lime juice in it. I think it's really brought fruit, because rum often has the fruity things. Most commonly, people say might be like this sort of overripe pineapple taste or overripe banana taste in there. To me, this tastes really light and fruity. And just that little bit of funk. People always refer to it as funk in rum, which is that although it's distilled from molasses, not from any grain or fruit, it tends to take on this, like I said, tastes like overripe fruit almost. But yeah. And there's a cute little driving school village there too. Well, that's nice. Oh, Jeff, were you not here when I explained? This is a Cuba Libre. So this is a rum and Pepsi Max and lime juice. And then you add it to milk and it curdles, the milk curdles, and then you pour it through a filter and the milk curds filter out all the color and a lot of the sharper flavors. It smooths things out. I think Raiders, any acid content gets balanced because whey from the milk gets added to it. So it does reduce added, a lot of the traditional milk punches, they will have a really strong tea in them or even coffee, and probably really substandard rums or whiskeys. And it takes all those sharp edges off and really smooths out the taste. So yeah, it doesn't taste as acidic at all. Although it's only there's half an ounce of lime juice in there. Yes, Jeff, doesn't the curdling, we were always taught that curdled milk is disgusting. But this process, and it does. Oh, look! The curds look gross, but they can taste pretty good. Actually, Mrs. Angry puts them in desserts, so you get really interesting flavored bread and butter pudding or rice pudding. Excuse me. But yes, just the phrase of curdled milk sounds disgusting. We're always taught that, curdled is bad, but it's how you get cheese, and it's how you get these beautiful clear drinks. And I'm always amazed by the clarification process, what it does to a drink. If you use dark spirits, the drink almost always comes out somewhere between yellow and orange. So we're always making jokes about it being urine samples. This one's from a fairly well-hydrated person. Sometimes they look like a urine sample from someone who needs much more hydration, or possibly even needs to see a doctor because they seem to have a urinary tract infection. So, but if you use something that's got artificial coloring in it, like blue curacao or my blue absinthe, or the various red aperitifs, Campari and those. So if you use like a creme de menthe or blue curacao, something that's got a strong artificial color, that will carry through. But like blue curacao, instead of being a really dark blue, it'll be a very light green or even blue. And creme de menthe, instead of being that really dark green, will be a very light green. And yeah, stuff like Campari, instead of being really vibrant red, will be a very sort of light orangey red. Oh, Shieldsy, am I breaking up your part of the world? Am I? I don't know if that's happening to anyone else. There's the thing when there's lag or breakup or whatever, there could be a dozen different things cause it. So there's not. Sometimes at my end, the thing will actually tell me, no, you lost your internet. It's fucked. I haven't had any indicators to me that I've had any problems with internet connectivity here. That doesn't mean I'm not having problems with internet connectivity here. Just means it's not showing me. Okay, it's fine for you, Raiders. Yeah, well, Shieldsy's bloody floodbound up there. There could be any number of relays that have been badly affected up north. Very pleased with how that came out. Like I said, because I used overproof rum. I used this Plantation 69. Nice. 69% alcohol. And it is, this 69% alcohol rum is pretty fierce to drink. But this has mellowed it right out. Like, although I can feel it, I can definitely feel that I'm drinking alcohol. It doesn't really taste like alcohol. Jeff, you like the info? You only drink Pilsners, margarita, Red Bull, and vodka. It's on. You're watching his latest fuck with you, and we like Facebook commentary on US politics. Cheers, mate. We do all sorts of commentary on the politics on these live streams. We tend to talk about anything and everything, and yes, politics comes up on the regular. In the US, in Australia, England, around the world, whatevs. The themes can change. There's usually something we nerd out about on the streams, where sometimes it's like pure science, and sometimes it will be, various, sci-fi, fantasy fandoms, that type of thing. The chat goes where it goes, and we take it as it comes. So I feel like I have to slow down. It's only 9 o'clock. First hour gone. Second hour, and I'm just drinking that because it's so easy to drink, but it has a reasonable alcohol content. I mean, not that much. How much did I put in? So I put in 1.5 shots of overproof. So it's like two to three standard drinks. So it's not that much. I did go out last night with Mrs. Angry. We found, when I say we found, I mean Mrs. Angry found a new place for date night, which was nice because a couple of our favorites closed permanently because of COVID. Boo hiss. This place did quite nice food and pretty good cocktails as well. And it was like, they do like a set menu for you from a tasting, 3 or 4 course tasting menu of their stuff, which we went for. And because Mrs. Angry and I have both been doing these meal replacement things, shakes and bars and whatnot. So I have fucking reduced my food, like volume of food intake by, I don't know, 75%. I've probably reduced my calorie intake by at least 50%. But I don't do, in fact, this last week, I think I was having an actual meal like a takeaway every second day. But last night was just wild. Like we were being really austere, and then last night we the entrees, their house-made bread, which was fucking amazing. These vegetarian croquettes, which were really good. Then we had some seafood, calamari, which was a bit ordinary, a bit tasteless, which was a bit disappointing because I quite like calamari when it's done well, and this was kind of ordinary. Then there's whitebait, which was really good. Then we had this lamb that they call Lamb of the Gods. And when I had the first bit of it, I thought, well, it's good. It's obviously a bit of hype, calling it Lamb of the Gods. And the more of it I ate, it's like the better. By the time I finished, no, I think Lamb of the Gods, that's pretty full on. This stuff is fucking great. It's like real slow cooked lamb that just, falls apart when you pick up a bit of it. It's really good. Oh, and some potatoes to go with that. And there were a few side things like a salad and pickled stuff. All in all, was very good. But I think my body must have been going, what the fuck are you doing? What? We thought we were doing this moderation shit. Why are you having buckets full of food? And I'm like, it's date night. Give me a break, body. And I had 3 cocktails as well. So I wasn't legless, but I was feeling it by the end of the night, certainly. Was it Raiders? Trump's Boeing 757 is in disrepair and has been unregistered. Roger Stone's fuck. Well, what's Roger Stone in trouble for now? Has he gone and broken another law? Because he's a filthy fucking criminal piece of shit, and Trump pardoned him after he got convicted. I'm just hoping all those fucking pieces of shit that Trump pardoned, because they are such severe criminals, that they all get found out for another crime and they go back to fucking prison. Because they are fucking criminals. Shieldsy, savor the taste. I got something special I got to do a taste of. But yes, that's right. Roger Stone's got a fucking Nixon tattoo, Jeff. That's the weirdest shit ever. So do you feel this too? You reduced intake considerably when you have more food than usual. It causes aches and bloating, but pizza is tasty. Yeah, needless to say, massive dump this morning. I won't go into more detail than that, but yeah, the body went, yep, okay, we've just got to spend the night processing this, and whoosh, out she goes. Which was a huge relief, mind you. I was thinking, like, God, I ate all that food. I hope I don't get constipated. I hope it doesn't back up. It did not back up. Body did its work. Yay. So there is that. Raiders, is that the Proud Boys are going to implicate Roger Stone for the insurrection, the failed insurrection? Oh, my God. If someone provides documentary evidence that he incited and funded and organized for people to commit such a serious crime, he is indeed fucked. Jeff, you hate the morning shits. You're going to get day started. You go clean shit. I don't know, man. I feel it liberating. I quite like, doing an evacuation first thing in the morning. I feel somewhat liberated by it. But, you know, coming back to intelligent design again and why that's bullshit, shitting is terrible. Like I said, why do we have such an awful form of waste disposal in our body? An intelligent designer would have made our bodies much more efficient and processed everything. And if there was unused waste, we just exhale it or whatever. This whole having to take a shit is terrible. Jeff, you like listening to Gavin McInnes, but the Proud Boys shit is, yeah. Now, and also, he's been very cowardly about distancing himself from the gang, the street gang he made up, when it looked like there was going to be some legal repercussions. He ran a mile in a most cowardly fashion. Look, Megaleech, see, I'm all for butt sex being a thing, but shitting is terrible. I mean, yeah, why don't we have all sorts of fun orifices for sex, is all I'm saying. You know, I mean, okay, sex is the one part of human existence that I give an A+. Well, there's a few things that I'm fond of, but sex I'll give an A+ to. Could be better, though. Like I said, why don't we have a whole bunch of orifices that you could do fun things with? Oh, God, Raiders. 2 short black espressos to get things moving in the morning. See, I don't drink coffee. I'm not sure. I do drink caffeine, like I drink the Pepsi Max. I'm not sure that it's effective like coffees are, because that's the thing people always say about coffee. But so I have nothing to compare it to because I don't drink coffee. So I don't know if cola does the same thing. But yeah. Yes, exactly, Jeff. Intelligent design, butt hair, that's not very intelligent. No, another failing grade. There are various parts that if the human body was submitted by some higher being as their design project, and they said this is intelligent design, lots of it would have failing grades. Yeah, butt hair, definitely. Failing grade for butt hair. Yeah, you can have body hair on all the different places, you know, and not into shaming people who don't trim pubes or underarms or anything like that. But no, butt hair, that's no failing grade butt hair. Not good. Not good. No good reason for it. I'm thinking that just tastes like. Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna make sure this only tastes like water. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it because I have a special drink I have to try that I just got here. Jeff, you're laughing at that. Sunbear. Echidnas have the wildest penises. They have these multi-pronged penises. We have to look at that now. Let's do the Google search that's going to make my government surveillance officer go, what the fuck? Looking up echidna penis. Images. So I'll share this screen doing an image search. Yes, like that's an echidna penis. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Echidna penises, they're very strange. Stella, periods, yes. Periods are another failing grade. They don't make any sense. Or it shouldn't be, no. Periods are another failing grade. And menopause for women, another failing grade, in fact. Shieldsy, pigs have a corkscrew penis. And ducks have a weird corkscrew penis as well. But Jeff, I've picked up much weird information along the way. Because actually, female duck vaginas are very complicated and they can kind of control, even if a male duck forcibly copulates with them, the whole complicated vagina internals can control whether that duck's semen gets in, but the male ducks have this weird corkscrew penis to try and get in there. Nature is weird as fuck. Nature is just weird as fuck, is what I'm saying. Bit of a palate cleanser with some water. Yeah, Sunbear, I think you might be right. The female echidnas only have one cloaca. So I'm not altogether sure why male echidnas have that weird penis. Right, I'll show you this special drinky. Actually, no, fuck it, man. It's tasting time. I got 3 things from Dan's the other day. Went in to get one, and I got some others. So, but this is the really special one. Lark is a whiskey distillery in Tasmania. Probably the most prestigious distillery in Australia, in fact. Bill Lark is responsible for the explosion of distilleries in Australia. Convinced people that we could make good product. Now, this is a limited edition thing. Lark do a liqueur, a whiskey liqueur they call slanche, which is the Irish toast. Cheers, essentially. It means good health. Named for the Celtic toast to good health, slanche marries our finest single malt whiskey with a closely guarded selection of botanicals to produce a delightfully complex and velvety liqueur. So it's not that alcoholic. Oh no, it's actually 33% alcohol, so it's, Hey, Safa. Oh, yeah, Jeff, I'm kind of obsessed about buying different things. Abigail ducks have explosive erections. Male ducks drop and regrow their penis each year to try and keep up with shifting vaginas of female ducks. And yes, Stella, male ducks are rapists. So, yes. And so the female ducks evolved to eject undesired sperm. Well, that was a satisfying noise, wasn't it? Got to try this. This is the very special stuff. Oh yes, it flows nicely. I don't think I'd ever make a cocktail with this one. I think this would just be a sipping thing. But I've never. I bought it on spec. I've never tasted it. Chill it a little bit. Well, that's delightful. That is delightful. It's got the whiskey taste. It's got honey, very light spices. Yep, that's definitely a drink it straight. Wow, that is delightful. Oh, my word, that's good. That is good. Raiders, also check out the Cradle Mountain Distillery. Yes, Tasmanian distilleries generally are very high-end. Of course, we got duck vaginas have all kinds of twists, turns, cul-de-sacs, because Drake's male ducks are very rapey to the point of sexing dead ducks. Male cane toads will hump, even though they don't have penises, it's just like anything, but they hump, and they will hump dead frogs. Jeff, you're saying penguins are rapists, commit incest. Penguins also have same-sex couples, which is interesting. Yes, Sunbear, good point. Most male birds. Is that true? Actually, I don't. I'm not an ornithologist. I don't know. The police are coming around here now. I'm searching. Do male birds have a penis? How birds have sex. Some birds, notably swans, geese, ducks, do not have cloacas, but male birds have an actual phallus. There you go. Some birds have an actual phallus. Penis is formed by an extension of the cloacal wall. Unlike mammals, is erected by lymph rather than blood. Having a penis helps different type of waterfowls mate in the water without sperm washing away, for sure. Several other birds, including cassowaries, kiwis, and ostriches, also have penises rather than cloacas. But the mating, of course, cassowaries have a dick because they want to fuck you in more ways than one. But okay, yes, most birds have cloacas. There you go. Oh, and that lark is expensive as fuck. Like a cheap bottle of lark is like $200. Lark is expensive as fuck. This was like $60. Yeah. Yes, Abigail. Loving waiting. Louis C.K. did a hilarious stand-up about duck vaginas. Louis C.K. did a lot of funny stuff, which makes me even more angry at him. Yes, Jeff, we're just trying to have a good time, and rapey animals comes into it. Abigail, the inaugural Ig Nobel Award was awarded to the study of homosexual necrophilia and mallard drakes. But that's important science. Why would you make fun of that? It's important science. Dolphins also like torture. Orcas like torture, which is really quite disturbing. Like there are certain things they won't just kill; they will play with, and it's fucked. Orcas are really fucked. I mean, I like them, but they will, rather than just eat something, they will fuck with it. They will throw it from orca to orca while it's still alive. It's fucking psycho. Orcas are psycho. Orcas will sometimes throw themselves up on beaches to get seals that are on land who probably thought they were safe. And a fucking huge orca comes surging out of the water and grabs you and drags you back into the water. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. Nature, you fucked up, yo. Okay, I'm very happy with that Lark Slanche purchase. It's nice. It's a cute bottle too, isn't it? It's a very cute bottle. It only holds like 350 mils. So, but that is very nice. Right. Might do another water palette cleanser. Try these other things. So, little bits of them. Jeff, dolphins finding humans sexually attractive is weird, like this stream. Yes, I have read evidence of sexual interaction between dolphins and humans. Yes. See, I told you, Jeff, we get nerdy about something. We get nerdy about animal sex at the moment. Still, the best part was it was studied because a duck flew in the office window with the scientist. He watched outgrew ducks fucking the corpse and decided to study it. So a duck hit his office window and died, and then he saw that other ducks were fucking the corpse. I thought, that's weird. Okay, this one, people are always talking about I should have another Amaro, and this one gets mentioned all the time, Amaro Montenegro. This is a bitter liqueur. Original since 1885. It's only 23% alcohol. Incomparable with 40 botanicals. Unique thanks to 7 notes. Boiling, maceration, and distillation performed in accordance with the traditional method breathe life into 6 aromatic notes. Signature note, the 7th, is Primor, which seals the final score. So I'm going to try this. This is probably not something I will drink straight, but it's in a lot of cocktail recipes. Not a really strong smell. A little bit herbal. Okay, splash, splash, splash. Ooh, that was an interesting noise. Is that I'm going to drink a little bit because I don't imagine this is something I'm going to want to drink straight, but it is in a lot of cocktail recipes. Still, what's weird is the YouTube filter. We're freely able. Yes, yes. I don't understand. Every now and then, someone goes, "What in my comment post?" And it will be for some stupid reason. But now we're talking about duck corpse fucking, and that's fine. Science. We're talking about science. All right. So I'm gonna try this Amaro Montenegro. Oh, that's quite nice. It is bitter. It's got this light bitterness, but there's also this honey note in there. Initially, it's like honey, and then sort of late on the palate, there's a little bitterness. But I see why people think it goes well in cocktails. I mean, honestly, no, I probably wouldn't drink it straight. It's not. I mean, obviously, it's not terrible because I'm drinking it straight. I'm not that into bitter things, but I think that would introduce some very good notes into a cocktail. Yes, Sunbear. Animals are fucked up, but we love them. Stella, yeah, we asked Abigail was saying something naughty the other day, deleted it. Yeah, it's no rhyme or fucking reason. It is so strange. It's so very strange. So more water as a palate cleanser. Third one I got from Dan's that I'm going to test is this Croatian liqueur. This is my third bottle from this maker, Maraška. I wanted a cherry liqueur. Cherry Hearing is a popular. It's like a brand, and this is the same thing as Cherry Hearing, but a different brand. And whenever people talk about the cherry liqueur, they always say Cherry Hearing, but you know, I'm going to be different. I have this Croatian one because when you talk about maraschino or maraschino liqueur, people are always talking up this Luxardo maraschino, and I got maraschino made by this lot, the Croatians, because it was cheaper. But then I sort of was on a forum and someone else had it. And oh, you have that too? I thought I was the only one who had it. And they went, oh, this stuff is way better than Luxardo. I'm like, yeah, I got the good stuff accidentally. Oh, Jeff, your baby mama's Croatian. There you go. Probably knows Maraška. So I haven't tried this though. So a cherry liqueur. Again, there's lots of cocktail uses for a cherry liqueur. I have a cherry brandy, which is slightly different. I think this is meant to taste more like actual cherries. You can see the color. Ooh, it's a very purple red. It's a very deep color. So these would probably be good clarified because the initial drink you make with it would be a very dark purpley red. Then you clarify it would go much lighter. So in my Croatian cherry liqueur, this is the third. I got the maraschino, like I was saying, which again is kind of technically cherry flavored, but very light. And I also got their apricot liqueur, which is quite good. So what's their cherry like? It's really sweet and it tastes like cherries. Yeah, see, the brandy has a more alcohol-y taste. Jesus, yeah, this tastes like cherry syrup. Honestly, tip this over ice cream. Yep. Wow, that's cherry. That is cherry. Yes, after New South Wales having a weather disaster, lots of flooding. It sucks. Oh, wow, Stella. Speaking of corpses, had an easy death harvest the other day. 10 cobs of corn, a few dozen cayenne peppers, 15 Carolina Reapers. Yep. AIDS, if you're growing California Reapers, AIDS would not want to even be in your garden. Because we've said, and this is no joke, he is so allergic to chili. Like we've been out with people and someone goes, oh, let's get a cheeky Nando's. And because Nando's aren't shy with their chili sauces, they've got real chili in them. He's hanging out in the just hanging out in the Nando's. There's enough chili in the air. He can only be there for about 10 minutes talking to people before he has to go outside because he can feel his airways starting to close up. So I think Aidsy would just be really cautious just being in your garden if you're growing Carolina Reapers. My God. Okay. This is better than I thought it would be. Like I said, you just pour this over ice cream. Fuck, it's 31% alcohol. It doesn't taste like alcohol at all. It's 31%. Man, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. That just tastes like cherry syrup. I just think it's funny that the first reason I bought one of their products is because it was cheaper. But it's really... Now I want to try the maraschino again, actually. So I don't think I've drunk the maraschino for a while. I want to compare the maraschino to the actual cherry liqueur. Water palate cleanser. Should have like a proper office chair here rather than this fucking dining chair. Where... Oh. Again, their bottles are such 70s designs. Look at this. This is a thing of beauty. Such a 70s bottle, this one. Beautiful. Designed when Croatia was still under Soviet control, I think. Jeff, I had my dinner. Raiders, the last drink, I had the cherry liqueur from Croatia, or if you mean the one before that, it was Amaro Montenegro, which is a bitter. Amaro means bitter. From Italy? Is it Italy? Sure, this is Italian. From Bologna, Italy. Most of the Amari are Italian, because Amaro is actually Italian for bitter. Oh, thanks, Celtic King. What's that? Still undead all have their weaknesses. Yes, AIDS is I thought I put it in the glass. I didn't. I just took the top off. Okay. So now a little taste of their maraschino liqueur, because I haven't tasted this straight for a long time. Had this bottle for quite a while. Ugh, stop it back on. So the drink they say Monty and tonic. That's, yeah, tonic and Montenegro. Why not? Or the Montenegroni, sweet vermouth, 2 parts. I might do that because I fucking hate Campari, which is usually in a Negroni. But this, the Amaro Montenegro, that was fine. So I might make one. 2 parts Amaro Montenegro, 1 part sweet vermouth, 1 part gin, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Yeah, I reckon I'd go that. Jeff, you love Bologna. Like, does that mean the processed meat or the province of Italy? Celtic King, I have not received any notifications of an email recently. Alrighty, so missed the cherry liqueur. It's fucking great. The cherry liqueur from these fine people in Croatia, the Maraška, does not taste like... It's 31%. It doesn't taste like alcohol. Like, you could just pour that over ice cream. It's like cherry syrup. Now I'm trying their maraschino, which I've had for ages, but I haven't just tasted for ages. Okay, that's fucking incredible too. Jesus. I should be drinking this more. It's really good. Wow. Wow, that's really good. It's a bit of it's a bit lighter than that cherry liqueur. What's a Hobson, Annette? You're making yourself a Hobson. I'm not familiar with that one. Jesus, this stuff's really sweet, though. There is so much fucking sugar in it. This one's 32% as well. So reasonably high alcohol for liqueurs. Most liqueurs are only about 20% alcohol. But both these, the cherry and maraschino, some people insist on saying, like 31, 32%, which is pretty strong for a liqueur. The Amaro Montenegro is what percent? 23%. See, that's normal for an Amaro to be around 20%. Oof. Yeah, I might make a Montenegroni. Italy's #1 premium Amaro. Did I just offend any Italians with that? Put that on there. Celtic King, I should learn another language. I'm too old to learn another language, man. Also, I'm too lazy. Stella, your former German housemate brought back a bottle of his family's homemade Kirsch. So strong, grow hair on your asshole. Kirsch is that is a cherry liqueur, isn't it? Or it sounds like it was a cherry spirit in that case. Raiders, fascinating Techco in Croatia, Rimac Automotive, designing battery implementation mini car brands. Nice. Hobson's Slow Gin, Absinthe, and Triple Sec. Well, you've got me. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Hobson cocktail. Hobson cocktail table. Okay, what the fuck? Apparently it's the name of a cocktail table? Okay, well, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Some big cringe when people try to do an Aussie accent. Most people are bad at it. The dude who was in Lion was very good. Yeah, Abigail, I could learn another language. I'm just too lazy. It's on Diffords. Okay, I'll go on Diffords. I was about to do that anyway, but thank you for the tip, Annette. Let's go Hobson. Okay, so he's saying 2 Oz slow gin, 1 Oz triple sec, 1/4 Oz absinthe. Reckons it's unbalanced, it's too sweet. With drinks like this, you can see why Hobson chose to be an abstainer. Originally served straight up, but better over crushed ice. Named after Richard Pearson Hobson, United States Rear Admiral. Hero of the American-Spanish War of 1898, went on to become a congressman. Ardent abstainer. Hobson has been called the father of American prohibition due to his advocacy for criminalizing alcohol and other drugs. As a prolific author on the subject. So they're just making fun of him by making a drink in his name. 2 Oz slow gin and 1 Oz triple M. I can see why saying it's too sweet with the slow gin liqueur, which is a fruity gin, and an orange liqueur. My absinthe would probably cut through it. What could you do to cut through it to make it less sweet? Maybe it needs some citrus, actually. Even like a 1/4 ounce of lemon or lime. Something tart to cut through the sweetness a little bit. Abigail, you've wanted to learn a couple of languages and haven't. Yeah, I'm just lazy. Stella, 4 points to Robin Wright. She did an amazing Aussie accent in Adoration, only occasionally fucked up. Oh, Jeff, any hype about absinthe is absolutely bullshit. Doesn't make you go crazy, but it's just usually quite high alcohol. So that weird period of like a huge chunk of the 20th century when it was illegal in a lot of places was just a product of hype in the early 20th century. There is in no way does absinthe make you hallucinate or go crazy or anything like that. Yes. Sunbear, you're going to learn Malay. It's all back to front, make it very difficult. Going from a European language to an Asian language can be quite a challenge. Although my offspring do very well with Japanese. They both study Japanese quite intensely. Culture King, Toby's going to use a language app to learn Portuguese. Nice. Yeah, Jeff, it was illegal in Australia about the same period it was illegal in the US for just a huge chunk of the 20th century. But the reasons for making it illegal were all complete bullshit, like just absolute bullshit. It tends to be quite high alcohol. Like my absinthe is 80% alcohol. Usually absinthe is at least 60% alcohol. There are some lower ABV absinthes, but it's usually at least 60%. The one I have is 80%. So, wow. I've not drunk this one straight for a long time, and it is eminently drinkable. Yes, Stella, I believe you are correct that wormwood, which is a base flavor agent in absinthe, but the wormwood plant, depending which genus it is, can make you hallucinate. But no absinthe ever had hallucinogenic or psychotropic properties. Definitely the ones on the market now don't, but yeah. And the drink recommended to us at Patient Wolf was 50% whiskey and 50% slow gin, which I've made several times and actually added soda to it. 50% slow gin and 50% whiskey topped with soda, which we declared to be a slow berry fizz. Snosberry. That's right. We were doing Willy Wonka. Called it a snosberry fizz. So 50%, like 1.5 shots of whiskey, 1.5 shots slow gin, topped with soda. Although the guy at Patient Wolf was just saying, just straight up, half slow gin, half whiskey, and we topped it with soda and call it a snosberry fizz, and it's fucking good. It is really good. Celtic King, you're off. All love to you, brother. Yes, that was the whole thing, Jeff. The snosberries taste like snosberries. Stella, you're growing wormwood, not the hallucinogenic type. Damn it. Keeps the garden pest away. Yeah. Wormwood can be a good plant to have in your garden, actually. And you could use it to make your own absinthe. Oh no, Annette, your soda's gone flat. I'm kind of out of the nice Cappy sodas. I'm going to have to get some more. Choking on Ashes, hello and good evening to you. I've just been tasting drinks, by the way. I'm supporting the Croatian distilling market. I have 3 different liqueurs made by this Croatian distiller, Maraska. So maraschino, they say, is distilled from... okay, that's what they're named after. The Maraska cherry. And this one, Maraska Zara. So I'm not sure. Well, it's obviously one's clear and one's red for a start. Maraschino liqueurs are traditional and clear. I got this as an alternative to cherry hearing. And I'm glad I did, because it's really nice. Pure, natural Dalmatian Maraska cherry juice. One of the most appreciated fruit liqueurs worldwide. Okay, so they have made this from cherry, but they've chosen to leave the cherry color in. This one they've distilled, so it's clear. The original Croatian... Oh, they're saying it's Croatian. The original Croatian liqueur from Dalmatian Maraska cherry, made using a 16th century recipe, true Croatian origin. So these have the same base, But this one, they probably macerated the actual cherries in a liqueur, so it's got the red from them. But this one, they've distilled the cherry juice, so it's come out clear. That's my theory anyway. So they're very close. They're just different colors. So, oh my God. My hair's too floppy because I washed it. My daughter's saying I should get it cut. She misses it when it was spiky. So I might. I don't know. It's just I put, 10 months into growing my hair. I don't want to keep growing it. I know. Jeff, you reckon it's Dracula's liqueur? Possibly. Where was Transylvania? Choking on ashes. You're on a lockdown. 10:34 a.m. Lockdown Sunday. Smoking a joint instead of tidying your flat. I actively support that. Yes. And Stella, you're also growing mugwort, which apparently promotes lucid dreams, but makes your periods heavy. So not trying it. Oh my God. Here on the Angry Chat, no filters. No filters. We just say what we want to say. I'm very intrigued that Difford put this Hobson cocktail and clearly doesn't really like it. He said it's too sweet, it's unbalanced, and it doesn't have any balancing agents. It's got 2 liqueurs and nothing to balance that. This is an orange slice. Maybe a bit of lemon or lime juice would improve it. I might do that another. I've had enough to drink tonight. Even though it's mostly been samples, I did drink my clarified rum and coke. And I've just been doing little tastes of various things. But I might make a Hobson another night and experiment. It's interesting. It's just sloe gin, triple sec, and absinthe, but he says shake. With an all booze cocktail, you'd normally stir it. That's interesting. I might make it another night and then experiment. Do it as per that spec and taste it, and then add some citrus and see if that balances it a bit. Jeff, I've drunk enough for you to respect the stream. Fair enough. Yes, Stella, we don't have any filters, just YouTube has a weird filter. Yes. So, yeah, it's just a thing. So, I'm just going to drink water for the rest of the stream, which will probably wake me in the middle of the night, having to get up and pee in the middle of the night because I've consumed a reasonable amount of liquid. But, say Louis, that happens. So to me, it's always at different times. Like normally, if I wake up having to pee, it's somewhere between 2 and 4 a.m. But sometimes I feel like every now and then I wake up and it's like it's only 12:30. I'm like, why the fuck am I waking up already? I haven't been asleep for that long. And sometimes it's like 6 or 6:30, which is not that long before my alarm goes off. I just go, oh, great, I've woken up just before my alarm. Fucking awesome. Why do I do that? But yes. Yeah, it is what it is. And again, back to fucking intelligent design being a failure. Failing grade for making sleep a thing that doesn't work. Jeff, it'll be light there in an hour, chugging beers and seeing how you go. Dude, I hope your Sunday's okay, man. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I've had ear problems since I was a kid. I've had major surgery for it 3 times. And the last time was about 30 years ago. But what's happened in the last couple of years, every now and then I get this problem of dizziness, and I've doctors talk to me. It's got something to do with the inner ear. Like, there's liquid in your inner ear, which keeps your balance. and a weird thing can happen where some of that liquid crystallizes, which throws your balance off. So you feel dizzy all the time. And God forbid you move your head. You move your head and it's like when a roller coaster. It's not bad at the moment. Like I wake up a little bit dizzy most mornings. When it's bad, I can be lying in bed and it feels like I'm on a roller coaster. Like I just have this sensation of pitching and rolling, and I'm lying still on the bed, and it's this borderline between fun and fucked, because it's like this is kind of weird, but it's like really fucked that I'm lying completely still, and it feels like I'm on a roller coaster. It's very weird. Checking on Ashes. It is 9:40 p.m. on Sunday for me. Yes, Mega Leech. That stuff you sent me with exercise and stuff helped. I think I had a prescription for it as well. Something's meant to break it up. But this thing I'm getting at the moment is much milder. It's just first thing in the morning, I'm a little bit dizzy and then it goes away. Although Saturday morning, after I had a couple drinkies, not that many drinkies on Friday night. Like I had 3-4 cocktails, which again, the way I make cocktails, that's 6 or 7 standard drinks, which is not that much. Doctors will go, yes, it is. Like, oh, shut the fuck up, fun police. Saturday was not great because normally if I have a couple drinks, I might just feel it in my tum-tum for the next day. It's just a little, I'm okay, but it's, just a little bit. Didn't overdo it, but a little bit. But that combined with the dizziness, I kind of felt like shit. Didn't really qualify as a hangover, but I was just like, ugh. I just, for the first half of the day, I kind of felt like shit. Yes, Jeff, it does go away and come back. Safa related to the discus incident. No, I pre-discus incident, I had really bad ear infection problems when I was a kid, and I had at least one of the major surgeries before the discus incident. Second one, I can't quite remember if the second one was before or after the discus. Third one was definitely after the discus, but they're unrelated. The discus in the head, that's just part of who I am. Yeah, that's the name for the abbreviation BPPV, vertigo. It's just your inner ear playing up, basically. The best part is the B stands for benign. The thing is benign paroxysmal positional vertigo causes sudden, intense, brief episodes of dizziness or vertigo when you move your head. Treatment includes a series of head movements that shift particles in the ears. So, you just do this thing. And it's like shaking a jar to get something stuck in it loose. Your head is the jar. Sunbear, you had major ear infections. Also very phlegmy, couldn't breathe properly. When you gave up dairy, those problems went away. Jeff, fuck treatment is just seasonal. It's not seasonal. It's I'm prone to it. But yeah, you can do a thing. Literally just move. There are exercises where you move your head around, and it basically just sloshes the inner ear liquid about, and it dislodges the bits that have crystallized and are fucking up your balance, and it restores your balance. It's again back to intelligent design being shit. That's kind of shit. You know what? Tooth decay. Tooth decay is shit. What is that about? Please play for you. I don't want to. Do you mean to myself or on the stream? Because I don't want to play anything on the stream in case I get copyright hits. So, but yep, this is one of my things. I'm literally half deaf in this ear, and that is partly from this lifelong inner ear problem I've had. This is the one that had surgery on it multiple times. Partly because I stood too close to speaker stacks at rock concerts. Like when I got diagnosed as like the third time I was having surgery, and the doctor did hearing tests on me, and he just said, "Do you go to a lot of concerts or nightclubs?" And I said, "Yeah." And he went, "Yeah, I guessed it, because the sort of hearing damage I'm seeing is either from people who like work on a pneumatic drill, or have exposed themselves to loud noises through concerts or nightclubs. And no offense, but you don't look like someone who works on a pneumatic drill." No, fair call, fair call. I do not work on a pneumatic drill. I have damaged my hearing by going to rock concerts and standing too close to the speaker stacks. Yeah, choking on Ash's toothcase, fucking shit. Again, failing grade for the intelligent designer. You are. It is at best semi-intelligent design. It was like, yeah, you should have parts of your body that just fucking rot and cause you terrible pain just because. And it's like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. It is terrible design. I don't know why you thought that was a good idea, because it is not a good idea. You need to take a good fucking hard look at yourself. And what is that? Choking on ashes. You got a friend who had tinnitus from seeing Motorhead. If I'm going to pin it on a band, I will pin it on the Angels. And it was not their fault that I climbed up on the speaker stack, is all I'm saying. Jeff, speaking personally, yes, loud noise will permanently damage your hearing and also give you tinnitus, which is fucked. Which at its mildest, tinnitus is kind of like microphone feedback noises. I have it so bad, sometimes I'll be lying in. Sometimes tinnitus is the worst when it's quiet. Like I'll be lying in bed and it will graduate from that feedback whistling noise to a literal sort of howling, screaming noise in my head. Very bad. Very, very bad. I don't often get it that bad. Sometimes, though. Choking on Ashes, don't know the Angels. They were very big in Australia in the 80s. 80s was their peak. They were around since the late 70s, and some of them still play live. The lead singer died a few years ago. If you like rock music, look them up, actually. Like a lot of videos on YouTube. One of their big hits was called No Secrets. If you like rock music, the Angels were pretty good. Oh no, Annette running out of ingredients. That sucks. See, Jeff, you're like me. You fucking have the tinnitus, brother. And background noise does help. Like often when I'm at work, I will just have the old earbuds in and playing music at low volume, and it helps screen out the background noise. It helps screen out the tinnitus. Gives me something. It just basically gives me a little bit of peace. But yes, if it's really bad at night, something like a fan, the white noise of a fan can help. But I think tinnitus can be worse than what I have, but I have it pretty fucking bad. Like I said, in the bad times, lying in bed, and it feels like something is, and I could see how this could make someone sort of doubt their sanity, because at its really bad times, it feels like a howling wind or even a screaming voice coming from inside my head. I could see how that would make you doubt your sanity, actually. So, So, yeah. Yeah, yes, Megalich rain on the roof would be good. Oh, yeah. No, tinnitus, I could see it causing people real problems with depression and whatnot, because in a bad state, it can stop you sleeping. But yeah. Jeff, you don't know what your hit was from, but you definitely, your sounds should be there. If it's the high-pitched sound, it is damage to your hearing. It's basically the eardrum, the inner ear, has been so damaged, it keeps sending stimulus saying it's getting noise, which your brain interprets as noise. There's no actual noise, but the part of your ear that's responsible for receiving noise is damaged and is sending signals like, and your brain interprets it as noise, which is weird. Fucking brains, man. Talking about intelligent design, brains get at best, brains get a B. Because brains, while they give us many great things, brains also do fucked up shit, like telling us stuff that's not true. You know, they don't function properly, resulting in, you know, mental health issues, mental illness. You know, they give us phantom pain messages. Tinnitus is basically a phantom pain message. It's the receptors in your ears going, and it's when there's no actual noise. So in terms of scoring the human body for the concept of intelligent design, brains get at best a B. Now, I guess I'm pretty judgy, but I do give an A+ to sex, though. Sex gets an A+. Taste, the ability to taste things, that's an A, even though there are some bad tastes. Just the joy of eating or drinking things that taste good, that's definitely an A. Turning into a fat fuck, that's an F. Why does that happen? Why can't we consciously regulate our bodies? Okay, so turning into a fat fuck, that's an F. That's a failing grade. I think I've already mentioned things like periods and menopause for women. That's a failing grade. Illness, disease, tooth decay, all those things. What the fuck? That's all failing grades. Why are we so fucking badly? Having to shit, that's a failing grade. We should be more efficient with waste processing. So yes, I refuse to accept the term intelligent design. At the very best, it's semi-intelligent design. But yes. Jeff, what was he saying? Is it really tinnitus fake noise? You're really hearing Wi-Fi and radio signals. No, it's basically the receptors in your ear have been overloaded. So they send signals to your brain that your brain interprets as noise when there's no actual noise. Was that Megaleech? Windpipe and food point. Yeah. Oh, God. I thought I saw something fucking weird. It was just Mrs. Angry turning on the light. That was really off-putting. Yeah, choking on as a haphazard design. Yes. Drunk design, maybe. Stella, you give food an A++. I was giving food an A. Like the ability to taste things, I was giving it an A. But yes, being a fat fuck is no. That's an F. That's a failing grade. Why can't we just regulate our bodies? It's ridiculous. Yes, musical aviator, we should be able to grow teeth on demand. The fact that we don't is another fail, definitely. So after you hear high-pitched radio signals from time to time, you've probably got mild tinnitus. So yeah. What else would we give a failing grade for human design? I think we've kind of rounded up all the things that get failing grades. Just general sickness, disease, cancer, tooth decay, all those things. They're all failing grades. Brain at best a B. Yeah, Abigail, pooping is a failing grade. We should have a more efficient method of waste disposal. You should just, we do actually exhale, like most of our calories pass from exhaling. That's what the waste should either just be exhaled or come out through your pores or something. Having to shit is terrible. Jeff, you reckon we're just a test run? I could believe it. Humans, very haphazard experiment. I could believe we're just a test run. Not being able to fly is a big letdown, Abigail. Not being able to choose things like that. Like, okay, if an octopus or a squid can do that camouflage thing at will, why can't I? You know? I guess, okay, Stella, I was just going conceptually, sex is an A plus. Yeah, experientially, it can be an F, but that's not a design flaw. That's an execution flaw. So I think from a design point of view, sex is A plus. That's one of the best grades that a human gets. No, Megalich, not shit. And a, a, a vapor with no aroma coming out of your pores or just exhaling. The body should be more efficient with processing. So yeah. Sunbearer, the slaters don't poop. Yeah, no, there are. I don't know if it's slaters, but there are creatures in existence that don't shit. They've got more efficient processing. So we should have more efficient processing. Musical evidence. So some humans are some random mammal parts. Make it stand on two legs. An alpha build experiment. I could believe it. I could believe that was, although they were terrible. There were those series of movies that were in the universe of Alien, like Prometheus and whatever. There was so much dumb shit in those movies. They really aggravated me. But the idea that we were an experiment from an alien species that was actually quite disappointed with how the experiment worked out, I thought that was pretty good. Oh, a little bit of water before going to bed from my melted ice. And I'm definitely going to have to get up and pee during the night. Okay, so I've got to put my bottles back, and I've got some new. I think I was rearranging my drink shelves earlier. I think there's enough room to put everything in there. I'll do it off camera. I'll do it after I finish the stream, which is any minute now because it's almost 10 o'clock. Now look, my hair's all disheveled, so I look. I'm not that drunk. There we go. It's a bit neater. Yes, actually, check on Ashes. This is from T Fury, and their daily T-shirts are all mashups of things. So this is Nightmare on Elm Street mashed up with Day of the Dead. They've got the patterning on them like the Mexican Day of the Dead skulls. So it's a very nice design. So and it's in a Valentine heart. So it's a very nice design. But yes, I haven't got a new T-shirt from T Fury in a very long time. Not really in the mood to buy clothes at the moment because I'm doing a weight loss thing. So I want to lose some weight and then get some more clothes. Was that Jeff? You heard aliens dropped an intelligent gene to the most advanced species. Yeah, who knows? You're on your last beer. Now you're thinking about aliens and monkey DNA. So, yes. In fact, actually, not that I'm really going to show, but the pants I'm wearing today are new pants. I went shopping for some various things at the outlet mall a while back. And just for life, I went into the Kathmandu shop because they often have good clothes on sale, and they had these pants, and I quite like them, and they're the large size. And I went to the change room, and I'm like, and I couldn't do them up, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy them anyway, and they will be reward pants. If I lose some weight from this meal replacement stuff, then they'll fit. And because I figured I'd actually lost, at least a centimeter or two, and I think those pants might fit. And I tried them on yesterday, and they fit. And I'm going, yeah, right. No, it's not. Well, it's the same design. It's course. No, that's I've forgotten the name of Sally. I think it's Sally because she's stitched together. Very, very, very similar design to the Corpse Bride, but this is Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, Jeff, we'll finish on beers and monkey DNA. I think so. Yeah, well, Jeff, I'm so fucking fat now. I'm like Homer Simpson fat. Homer used to be comically fat, and now I'm that fat. So it's like, oh, damn. Joking on Ash, she got unfit over winter since she had a bike stolen. That's completely understandable. I'm just a lazy fat fuck, but I'm working on it. Who knows where we'll be in 6 months? I'm feeling quite positive about where we are in 6 months. Just got to keep the eyes on the prize, as the saying is, because in these early stages, drag, very much a drag. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now, and thank you, fine people, for joining me. It's been a really enjoyable night of talking and hanging out. Hope you look after yourselves. See you again soon, maybe. I won't be on tomorrow night, but the plan is I will be on Tuesday night. So take care, one and all. See you another time, but I will say